观众朋友晚上好，欢迎收看最新一期的子天访谈录 SD Talk Show， 我是子天 Sky and Merry Christmas. Hi Tony.
Hi Sky.
Yes, very happy to see you here, and please say Merry Christmas to our audience and introduce yourself.
Merry Christmas everybody. My name's Tony Alaniz and I work with Balance Loss Consultants. We're based here in Houston.
Very good. Can you talk about more about the details about your company and what you exactly do?
Sure. So Balance Loss Consultants is a special company that is insurance adjusters. And what Balance does is they help property owners negotiate settlements with an insurance company when something happens to their property, like a fire, a hurricane, or a broken pipe. Balance Loss Consultants works for the property owner to negotiate a good settlement with the insurance company. And then my company, I'm with Roadrunner Restoration. We're contractors. And we do the things you do when you have a fire or you get water damage to your property. You have to put temporary covers on, board up the doors, take out the furniture very carefully and secure it, dry the building, clean smoke, reconstruction, those kind of things. So I am happy to talk about my friend Jeff Weiss, who's the owner of Balance Loss Consultants, because my company works very closely with him. So he's the insurance adjuster, he negotiates the claim, and then our company supports him with estimates and the things he needs to get the claim settled.
I think the audience is very happy to hear about this because, you know, for Chinese community, we not professional and specified to know how to make the claim and how to get the more money for, you know, belong to us. You know, for, I told to Jeff, some case the insurance company maybe only want to pay for like 100,000, 200,000, and he got a claim, I remember it's 6 million.
Yes.
Right?
That happens all the time.
Oh,
That happens all the time.
So I have a question, I think the audience know too. So why the balance will be so different?
Basically, Balance goes to look at the damage, and they understand the policy very well. When an insurance company sends an adjuster, I mean, a lot of adjusters have a great deal of experience, and they're very knowledgeable about the policy, but not all of them. Just the senior adjusters. A lot of the newer adjusters don't really have that level of the knowledge. So when Jeff gets hired by a client, he brings, you know, a high level of knowledge about the policy to the client's side. So he's able to find coverages that most people don't really realize are there, even insurance people. And he explains, you know, helps them understand that more is covered than they thought. And that's pretty much, that's the main difference that he makes. Plus he assembles a team of experts to, you know, really specialize in all the kinds of damage, like the damage to the furniture, experts on the damage to the building, business interruption, you know, like if it's a business, there's coverage for the money that they lose while they're shut down. And there's other areas, you know, he brings a full team together to specialize, you know, to present the damage and get the best settlement.
Oh, yeah. That's very good.
Yeah.
So you are a contractor, so you work for insurance company, right?
We do work for insurance companies. Insurance companies will let us know when they have problems, so we'll do work for insurance companies, but we also work for like public adjuster, like Jeff.
Oh, okay.
So when Jeff has a client, he'll call us out. We go and we assess the damage and write an estimate about what needs to be done to fix it. And then Jeff takes that and he increases it and expands it so it's thorough. And then he presents it to the insurance company and negotiates the settlement.
Okay.
Right? And then we're there to just do the work.
Okay. So I have another question.
Okay.
You know, many business owners, maybe they don't know how to select insurance company. And I believe some of them maybe don't have insurance. Like we have Hurricane 2017. Many people, even business owners, they don't have this kind of insurance. So can you give some suggestion, like which company you pray for, and maybe how to select in the future?
That's a good question. So I've been 20 plus years in the business, 25 years, and I noticed that a lot of Chinese business owners, when we get involved in a claim, there's not a bank sometimes. They own it complete. Yeah. It's not finance. They don't do, if they don't have to, it's not finance. So when it's not finance, sometimes they forget or don't pay insurance anymore.
Yeah.
If it's finance, the bank requires the insurance. So it's a good idea to always be insured because, weather and things can damage the building. And that's a good way to get to know Jeff because he can help. Well, let me just say this. I know over time, the insurance policies and laws are always changing. And Jeff and his team are very up to date on the latest, policy changes and laws and things in the industry. So if someone is going to insure a property, it would be a good idea to call Jeff and talk about the property, the use of the property, what kind of business is there. And Jeff could give them some advice on, things to watch out for when they're placing a policy. Plus, he knows a lot of brokers to help them get the right policy, the best policy for the dollars that it costs, that'll protect them the best. So.
Yeah. So I believe Jeff mentioned about two insurance company. It's a good choice. Do you have some suggestion, like for the business owner, which insurance company maybe they can work for?
I don't really have a suggestion because there's so many. There are some. Yeah, but there are. But what's important to know is there are insurance agents that work for insurance companies, and when you talk to them, they're going to sell you a policy from the insurance company that they work for.
Okay.
And then there's brokers. And brokers are the opposite. When you meet a broker, he'll get to understand what your business is, and he'll go look at all the insurance companies for you and help you find the very best policy.
The best matching one.
Right.
Yeah.
But the difference that I was saying about Jeff is, so if you and there are several brokers that we would refer. We know several some that serve the community as well, the Chinese community. But even though the brokers know the best policies, the types of policies, there are certain things that are important in the claim side. Like if you had a claim, you might come up against some challenges that would, cut your settlement down, or you might have some language that helps your settlement go up. And you need to know about that on the front when you buy the policy. And that's a good time for Jeff to be involved because he's an expert in claims.
Okay.
So the broker's an expert in finding the policies, but for the specific language in the policy, which you get to choose when you're buying it, you'd want to talk to Jeff because he knows the most current law and the most current, the most current insurance, statutes and things. I hope that helps you.
Yeah.
Okay.
That makes sense. So I see your business card is large loss specialist. So I know you as a contractor, right?
That's right.
Yeah. So how long for the process after repair, the whole process?
That's a tough question. Sometimes, it's a tough question because as far as just construction, most property owners know contractors and they can get work done. They build buildings already, they fix things, they know contractors. But when you get in insurance, it's different because insurance money is paying for the repairs. And in order to get the money, you have to do certain things in a certain way. So that's where where property owners stop using the normal contractors that they usually use and switch to an insurance contractor like us. So what holds the process, makes the process drag out the most is the insurance process. The getting the claim settled, the adjusters, you know, going back and forth with each other, and then they hire an engineer and things get drug out. And that's the longest part of the process. So we're contractors that do the work as fast as possible and help Jeff keep the claim going and settle as fast as possible. So months sometimes.
Oh.
Months, several. Like for a big business, a business.
So if the business people, they got their own problem, can contact you to repair, or only use through insurance?
Yeah, I mean, we do about 90% of all the work we do is insurance related because we specialize in that kind of work. I think I showed you an estimate that we write. So when we write estimates, we write it in like a language on a software, and it's the same software that insurance companies use. So we can, you know, work very good together. Where other contractors, you know, they measure things and size it, and they write their own estimate on a paper or however they do it. There's different ways. We're very specific to insurance. But we do, for some of our clients, our big clients, when they have a loss, a large loss, like a fire or hurricane, we'll go and do, you know, big projects for them and help them get the business back in service as fast as possible. But at the same time, they want us to help, you know, also do repairs to other buildings. So 10% of the time we do capital improvement work, you know, refinishing other buildings, things like that.
Oh.
But the majority is insurance. So we're not really the contractor that you would call and go, hey, I'm getting 10 bids to paint my building. Would you give me a bid? You know, we don't really do that. We really specialize on insurance damage.
Like how many insurance company you work for?
We can work with any insurance company, and there's hundreds of them. We are on vendor programs with about 30 of them. So like if somebody, a listener, had a fire at their house, you know, God forbid, right? But if they had a fire at their house and they have insurance, the chances are good that their insurance company already knows Roadrunner, right? So if they see Roadrunner or called Roadrunner, of course we would want to let them know to contact maybe Jeff to get consultation about the claim. We do the work, but Jeff consults with the claim to help, you know, make sure they get the best settlement. Like you were saying, some people, the insurance will come and offer a very small amount, and people don't know. They don't know what, they just go, well, that's all I get, and they don't know what to do. But someone like Jeff will come in and reevaluate all the damage and the policy and match the policy and the damage together, and they'll get the full settlement. And that usually increases it quite a bit.
So you think all the kind of damage can adjust the balance with the insurance or particular?
No, I mean, so I know that, so Jeff can handle pretty much any type. I mean, let's say a business gets struck by lightning and it doesn't really cause a fire, but it damages the electrical system and shuts the business down, and the business loses money. There's no real work for, you know, us, but it's a special claim because they have insurance coverage for the money, for the coverage, the business, it's called business interruption coverage. And Jeff comes in, he specializes in that. Or if, you know, furniture got damaged somehow in smoke or fire, we clean furniture and we can move it and store it during the process. But Jeff can help, you know, document all the furniture, the value of the furniture, and he can negotiate the values correctly so that increase this, you know, he usually increases the settlement on the furniture. So he can do, you know, he adjusts all types of claims, business losses, you know, contents, which is furniture only, or property, and whether it's fire damage or if a car runs into the building.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, all the damage.
Yeah, all of that. And there's certain types of damage that, he doesn't really get involved with. Like if somebody else, that's a long, there are certain cases, but not very many, where he doesn't apply. But most damage that's covered by insurance, for sure, he does.
Yeah, very good knowledge.
Yeah. Well, we've been doing this a long time. It's a big subject, it's hard to like.
Yeah.
It's hard to give you a good answer that is thorough and accurate with it,
So how long you been in the business?
I got in the business 25 years ago.
Oh, wow. So already had many experience.
Yeah, I did. And so Jeff, I went to work with Jeff Weiss in the beginning when I first got in the industry. I'd already been in construction before, but never didn't do insurance work. And then, when I was younger, and then I met Jeff later when I was here in Houston in the Galleria, and he had a great business, and he said, "Hey, why don't you come and see what we do?" And we went to Dallas because a storm went through and damaged a bunch of buildings, and we just signed people up and started. I'm a licensed adjuster also, so we helped a lot of people, and I thought, wow, this is a great business.
Yeah.
And then there's two ways to help them. You help them with the claim, but they also need help on the construction side. So after many years on the claim side, I could be on the construction, and we worked as a team with Jeff to help people. So that's what we do now. So now when somebody has damage, we call it, we make a team: the property owner, the adjuster, Jeff, and the contractor, me. And we all work together.
It's a team.
That's right. We all work together to help the property owner, get back into business as fast as possible and get the coverage that they need.
Very good knowledge. I think many business owners today already hear what we talk about. I think before, like this industry is empty. Many people thinking about who can help us.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. Sometimes even me, I have an insurance claim, but I'm not satisfied the price. Then I just okay about that.
Yeah. What do you do? You're gonna.
Yeah. I don't know what I can do and who I can call in, who I can talk to. Yeah. So thanks for coming today to telling all the audience, include me. Yeah. For the future, I think a lot of audience will know. Oh, once if you get insurance claim, you don't have to worry. The Balance company will help you.
That's right. That's right.
And very thank you again today coming to our show. And it's Christmas holiday. So I think the weather will be really cold.
Yeah, and we're all getting ready because we went through that here in Houston a few years ago. In February 2 years ago.
So the storm even on last year, I believe, 2021, it's happened. You got a lot of the claim, right?
That's right. Yeah. A lot of pipe breaks and water damage.
Oh, okay.
And there was we did a lot of work together with Jeff. All over the state, really.
Even outside of the state, because our TV channel have 8 cities. Newspaper.
We both work nationwide, pretty much. I mean, I know Jeff works in California, and we work all the way up the East Coast. So, all the Carolinas and Florida and Louisiana, Mississippi, and all over the country.
Oh, that's great. Okay. Thank you for Tony coming to my show today, and hopefully you have a great Christmas holiday. And thank you for the audience to support ST Talk Show the past few years. And Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Thank you.
I see you next week.